The job cuts in big tech are piling up.
The economic gloom continues to grow.
Non-stop parade of layoffs.
Big tech jobs cull.
Everywhere you look, really, there's a bloodbath.
Hey guys, as you know, tech layoffs are happening. We're gonna head over to TikTok and just dive right into it.
I saw a post today on LinkedIn of someone talking about how apparently they are getting 6 months severance. So they're getting paid for 6 months and they're getting their benefits covered for 6 months and they'll still be getting their bonuses. So that to me begs the question of like why they're doing the layoffs in the first place, because 6 months is a long time and that's a lot of money to pay a person that's not doing anything for you. Like obviously it's great that they're getting the severance, but then what's the point of the layoffs?
Great question. There are a ton of factors that go into why companies lay people off. One of them is investors, and to be more specific, activist investors. And those are investors that buy a specific stake in a given company with the hopes of making a quick profit and continue to apply pressure to that company. You know, hey, the stock's low. You need to fire employees. You need to let people go. You need to cut costs. That pressure forces boards and CEOs and these large companies to lay people off in order to help the stock rise to appease investors. Another reason is the upcoming recession. So a lot of these companies overhired for the potential pent-up demand, but that demand never really got realized. Therefore, there's just a market correction. Let's see what's in the comments. Your lips are to die for, girl. What are you using? All right, Anna, focus. Feeling frisky today. Arlo says, real answer from an HR person. It's all to do with NDAs, press, lawsuit, and restrictive cons. Basically, they pay you not to work for your competitor. Somewhat. I'm sure that's some of it, but more to do with the economic conditions, pressure from activist investors, right-sizing the employee base, or to just repurpose employees hired to focus on like new initiatives such as AI, et cetera, et cetera.
Is anyone else wondering how much of the tech layoffs are due to influencers doing day-in-the-life videos?
Yeah, over 100,000 people were laid off in tech, all because of day-in-the-life tech content on TikTok. Make it make sense. Let's be serious. It honestly just seems like a lot of people are just happy to see other people who are working in tech get laid off, and that's it. If you look at these companies here, most of their stocks are down somewhere between 50 to 80%. These tech layoffs have nothing to do with day-in-the-life videos and everything to do with how the market is going and overhiring.
Tech layoffs had nothing to do with day in the life videos. That is hilarious to me. Fire 250,000 people because they made day in the life videos. Let me answer the question. Nope. Tech layoffs did not have to do with day in the life videos. It has more to do with the economy, the stocks at these various companies, and the pressure that they're under. What I will say, though, is that day in the life videos may hinder some people's ability to get a new job in tech. Companies are looking for people to come in, work, and perform. High performers are going to do really, really well, especially going to some of these smaller startups that pay really well. Those who were loafing off at these large companies, well, they're not going to stay around long. Let's head to the comments. Chris Yambo, for real, bruh. So many haters. I feel you, Chris. ABC, so is tech still a good industry to break into? And then Simone answers, yep, tech is still, will be around forever. Yep, tech is going to always be a good industry to break into. And as far as the trends that I'm seeing, startups are hiring still. The finance industry is also hiring. As far as specific technologies, anything to do with like AI and ML, or machine learning, good skill sets to get, possibly good companies to work for, because that's where all the money's flowing.
So apparently Meta is now handing out poor performance appraisals to people in efforts to prep them for a layoff. So if you're somebody that worked in Meta and you've survived the first round of layoffs, but suddenly you get a poor performance appraisal, it's probably a good indicator that you should update your resume. In their self-proclaimed year of efficiency, they're trying to get rid of a lot of the mid-management levels and reduce the sizes of their teams because, let's face it, they probably drastically overhired during this tech boom. This is probably unnecessary because Meta is most likely an at-will employer in most states. I guess it makes them feel better at night being able to lay off people who are poor performers. But I guess the silver lining in all this is that Meta now has built in an early warning system for their existing employees. So if you end up with a poor performance appraisal, you know it's time to open up your job search.
Like if you work in tech, like I work in tech sales, like this is normal. It's called stack ranking and we do it all the time. If you're crushing like your number, you don't have to worry about getting laid off. However, if you're not, then typically most companies, fire or call or get rid of the bottom 10%. Most tech companies during COVID definitely overhired. And for those employees that are building products or services that aren't really adding to the bottom line, you should probably start looking for a new position. You can just look around, right? Like if Rome is burning, it's time for you to get the out of there. All right, guys, that's me reacting to TikToks, helping to explain or provide clarity around the recent tech layoffs. If you like content like this, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.